Oh man, I should have used that name. Fuck using serious jest. Serious fuck shit.
Serious fuck shit is the new name of the podcast. I love it, man. We're going with that.
Welcome to to the, I guess now what sounds like a boring name, but we thought it was cool. Ready Player 2, where CraigMakk plays through, for right now, our current installment is we're covering Detroit Become Human. And the basic concept is CraigMakk plays the game while I drunkenly heckle him.
Yes.
And with that said, let's get started with our beer of the show.
Here, the
We on this.
show.
Because we're doing this remotely, I'm not actually sitting in the man cave right now. I'm doing this from the Satellite Manquebo.
I
I
hate that so much, but I
yeah,
love it.
there's there's only there's only one beer of the show because Craig is in the middle of a dry month.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so this is where dry month
Thanks for
is where
saying
he
it.
jerks off.
Thanks for saying it with so much disdain. I appreciate that. You're like, ugh.
He jerks off into a tissue with no lotion. It's called
Yeah, it's
dry month,
really
and
very
also
dry
doesn't
and
drink.
uncomfortable.
Also,
Yeah.
he doesn't drink for
I mean, that just happened to work
the.
out that way, but it was mostly the jerking off into a tissue without lube.
Yeesh. There's only one beer of the show, unfortunately. We'll hear about what kind of soda he's drinking in a minute. But what I am drinking is on the tail end of Valentine's Day, having passed a little over a week ago. I was in the liquor store and I saw. This is a solid brewer that I don't normally like. If it's around, I'll drink it, like their beer normally, but I'm not looking at them like, oh shit, Yards, you know what I mean? But it's a
Right.
solid Philly beer. It's not,
Yep.
this is their Yards is like their
Love
basic
stout.
local brewery. It's not bad,
Yep.
It's definitely miles above Budweiser or whatever, but
Yes.
it's like I put this on par normally. In my past, I put this on par with like a Yingling or something where I'm like, if it's there, I'll drink it, but whatever. But I haven't seen this particular one, and it's called Love
Love
Stout,
Yep.
and it
Nice.
has a dagger through a heart.
Yep.
And I was just like, you know what? We're just on the back end of Valentine's Day, it's February, and it says seductively smooth.
Yep.
So I am kind of in the mood for a smooth beer, so I said, fuck it. Let's see what it. I do like stouts as well.
Yeah.
So let's just see what this shit tastes like. And it's 5.5% ABV.
Nice.
And, like this show is where we often try out. I'm like in the liquor store. I'm like, yeah, why not? Let's fucking fuck around with it. And at worst, if it really sucks, we have a penalty beer for the future. So, all right. So I just cracked it. All right, so the smell, again, I've got this nice and chilled, ice cold, so the smell maybe was potentially held back by, like we talked about last one of these shows, where sometimes keeping it at too low a temperature can make you like not really fully appreciate the taste of it. So I'm not getting a strong smell,
Right.
but I am getting a little bit of the stout smell, and yeah, I smell the. What is it that what's the key ingredient in the stout? Because I'm smelling that, whatever that is. It's not cocoa. It's
Like the malt. Like
malt. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Malt. Yeah, that's it's a strong.
Yeah.
The malt smell is dominating. It's smooth. It's nothing super special from the smell, but it smells good. So I just took my first sip. You know what? This has surpassed my
Surprisingly
expectations.
good. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I like stouts again, like I said, and the malt definitely is dominating here. But no, I think it lives up to the advertising. This is
Wait.
This is above.
Jess.
Yeah.
It slides
Yo,
down your throat smooth on the back of the shirt. Live from the man cave.
live from the main. There you
All right,
go.
perfect. I'm down with that.
T-shirt
All right.
Enterprise,
Here we go.
full throttle. Pun intended. Yeah, so I recommend this. Yards Love
Nice.
Stout. It wasn't I think it was $2 a bottle.
Yeah.
So probably cheaper than like your super high price IPA. I mean, not IPAs, or craft beers or whatever. Like, because Yards is supposed to be that like local Philly beer company. It's good shit,
Yeah.
type of deal. So
They're a little bit
I like
more
it.
mainstream. Yeah. So you can can
Yeah.
pretty much get them anywhere. But yeah, the Love Stout is probably one of their better ones, I think.
5.5% ABV.
Yeah, and just because I always enjoy doing this, Especially when I guess them before you even say them. I like to be able to read them off, a little bit of information about them. But it's their description is creamy, rich, and satisfying. Our brewers have poured their hearts and roasted malts into this rich, well-rounded stout. Luscious notes of coffee and chocolate accent Love Stout's smooth, creamy mouthfeel. We will not apologize for any amorous affairs resulting from the consumption of this beverage. So it says
nice.
I actually like their site is pretty cool because they don't just have just the description, but then it says style dry stout, ABV 5.5. The IBUs, or the international bitter units, is 33. The original gravity is 14. The color is black. The format is a 12-ounce bottle, or you can get it in a nitro keg. It's available year-round. And then they say significant ingredients are chocolate, crystal, and black malts, roasted barley, toasted wheat, and then nitrogen if you get it on draft. And then it says awards. Awards are 2014 Philly Beer Scene Award for Best Dark Beer. In 2016, they got the Great American Beer Festival, which is the GABF is that's legit. I mean, that is the preeminent beer awards. So in 2016, they won a GABF for a silver medal for Irish Dry Stout, which is pretty cool. And then
dry stout, I wasn't aware of the term dry stout, but I could totally see why. Like, I could taste this being a dry stout.
Right.
Like, I guess that my best comparison is like a dry champagne or whatever. Like at the end, it almost leaves you with not cotton mouth, but like there's that little bit of dryness on the tail end of it that you taste. I'm impressed by this. This is good for especially for yards.
Yep.
Although these are breweries that they're not bad breweries at all. Like I said, you put a yards in front of me, I'm not going, ugh, I will happily drink it. You know what I mean? But it's also not like I'm like, yeah, give me a yards, I can't wait. You know what I mean? But like this is like with the you ever been like Brooklyn, like the Brooklyn Brewery or like the Bronx beers and shit like that? Like those are good, like they're solid, but they just feel like they followed like the proper instructions on how to make beer, and it's nothing special other than like you followed the instructions and you did a solid job. And there's nothing wrong with a solid beer, but it also doesn't knock you off like, oh, I can't wait to have another one. But this one, as far as they're concerned, is better than just like they definitely kicked it up a notch for this one. And it's not my favorite, but it's definitely good.
And one thing, I just want to throw this out because we talked about this on the last episode. If you guys go back, we had talked a little bit about the beer that you had, which was, what was the one that you had last time again? The pumpkin.
The Trick or Treat.
Yeah, the Trick or Treat. So we had talked a little bit about like you tried it with a chocolate like a chocolate candy or something like that.
Yeah, it's a salted caramel.
Yeah, salted caramel.
Milk chocolate, salted caramel. Right.
Yeah, and so one of the things I thought was pretty cool because we've talked about on the show before, and I always enjoy the idea of beer pairings and trying things with different things and what makes what are good pairings versus things that actually that you might think would go well, and then you try it and realize like, oh, they stack on top of each other too much and they don't complement each other. It's like those type of things.
That's what happened in my case. They stacked on top of each other. It was still good, but it was just two of the same flavor.
Exactly. So this actually, on their site,
flavors.
They have a section that says pairings. So it says Love Stout and oysters are a match made in heaven. This sweetheart also goes.
I can see that.
Yet this sweetheart also gets along well with rich, sweet treats. You can use it also, which this sounds amazing to me, you can use it to braise beef short ribs or add it to your favorite barbecue sauce recipe. So that sounds like
cooking with beer is awesome if you know what you're doing. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, so that sounds like
and you know what?
Awesome.
And so here's the thing, right? In the past, I don't eat meat anymore, as you know, but in the past, when I used to cook, like, especially beef with beer, if you cook with it, like, it can be fucking awesome, like, really awesome. Yeah. But my dilemma was always, like, I don't want to use, like, I don't want to pour La Mas Negra over, like, my fucking steak, or, you know what I mean? Because you're wasting the beer. It's like fucking, doing Johnny Walker Black with Coke. Fuck. Yeah. But at the same time, if you go too shitty, if you go like Budweiser or
exactly.
Then you're just like, right. So this would be definitely, this is good enough and cheap enough that I wouldn't feel bad cooking with this.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's why, I mean, for example, just from my end, like for Thanksgiving, we fry a turkey, and we do a turkey fryer outside, and
that's fun.
I soak it. Yeah, it's amazing. I love doing that, and I soak it in a brine for about 48 to 60 hours or something like that before I cook it. And so
Nice.
one of the things that so the brine
Dude,
is
and
essentially
when you soak it, do you soak it indoors or you keep it outside in the it's gotta because I can just imagine neighbors coming in and trying to steal your
yeah, we leave it on the deck so that it's like outside, but people can't get to it. So it's like a way to kind of keep it.
I don't know. It sounds like a
no.
covert mission for
Yeah,
some
you're like
creative
challenge.
neighbors.
Yeah, you're like challenge accepted. But but so it's mostly a beer. Right. It's mostly a beer brine.
I will pay $20 for CraigMakk's brine.
To jack his brine.
Bring it to me.
But it's cool, and same deal. Like I actually
show.
do struggle with that a bit because you're gonna soak an 18-pound turkey. You got to put a decent amount of beer in there if you want it to pick up any of the flavor, and so
and you don't want shitty beer because you don't want your aftertaste being like, is that Miller?
No, you don't want to ruin the turkey, right? But you also don't want to waste the beer. So it's like, what's the fine line? So actually, what I usually end up doing is I use something that I get on tap. I get something good on tap because something on tap, you're like, well, I have an entire keg of it, right? So if I put in a bunch of if I put in 6 bottles into this brine, it's going to be virtually imperceptible to me in terms of, like I'm not going to be like, oh my God, where'd those 6 pint glasses that I could have extra filled up, So that's like the perfect way to not feel like you're wasting.
It shows how much of an alcoholic you are.
But it actually,
what's the difference? Six pint glasses, not a big difference. I can't count them at that point.
Well, I'm saying over months,
fucking drunk.
Over months, you don't notice it. Is what I meant. Yeah, I'm not saying in the course of one day. I'm saying over the course of.
How long does a keg?
All right,
so this is getting off topic, but now you've got to be curious. How long does a keg last? How long do you have to drink it once you tap it?
I mean, that isn't so much of an issue in terms of it running. There probably is a high end in terms of how long you.
It doesn't go flat.
No, because you're keeping it. Remember, you have it connected to a CO2 tank, so the CO2 tank is pumping and keeping it carbonated. So every time you're opening up the tap, you're dumping CO2 into it to pump it up through the tube to get it out through the tap. So it's constantly.
See, this is the area where I have just no clue because I've never had like a kegerator even or anything like that. So
right.
My thought the main function was to just dispense it in a way that makes it more enjoyable, but I didn't realize it lengthens the lifespan to like almost like indefinitely as long as you're keeping it in the kegerator. That's pretty
and
dope.
It's not indefinitely. I mean, there is probably just like anything else. There's probably a certain period of time where it will go bad, but it is definitely longer than a couple of months, which is usually like what if you have I have 2 sixtels, right? So a sixtel is basically a sixth of a full size keg. So they're for people that are, if you're thinking about it, you have you have your regular kegs, then so basically, like when you would go to a party in college, right? That was typically like half a keg. Like, so what we call a keg was really like a half of a full size, like actual keg. And then you would have the quarter kegs, which are the size in terms of width of those half kegs, but they were half the height, right? So they were the exact same circumference around, but they were half the height. That would be a quarter of a keg. And a sixtel is basically the tall, thin ones. So they're the same height as a keg, but they are half the circumference, so they basically turn out to be like these long cylinder tubes, and that's a sixth of a keg. So I have 2 of those hooked up in my.
And the mini keg is how much of a keg?
Like you're talking about the ones like the Heineken mini kegs and stuff like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Those are that's less than an eighth, I would assume. They're tiny.
Because it reminded me of a funny story where I was like, when my cousins, I used to have these like older cousins from upstate New York that we used to go up and visit, and these guys were super fun. They just like whatever, they just knew how to get into trouble in like a really fun way. And when I came up, like me and my younger brother were pretty much like their little like accomplices, and they would find ways to utilize our special set of skills. So like just like stupid, silly shit. But I just had one fun memory where we went to a high school football game with them, and then after the game everybody would, like, a lot of the high school kids would go and hang at the local friendlies, and so they sent me up to the window of the friendlies with a mini keg over my shoulder, and I tapped on the glass so a bunch of them were looking. I pointed at the keg on my shoulder. I was like, hey, party's over here, and I would run off with the keg. This is a good time.
That's awesome. Sounds like a fun time with the family.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
They're teaching me life skills.
I do like that every single time now we do this, you talk about assaulting old women or
Yeah.
or
Underage drinking.
underage drinking, for comedic effect. I like all of this. It's great. Hey, look at me. I'm a kid and I'm drinking. Isn't that hilarious?
Actually,
Whoa! And then you ran away like a goblin. I love it.
That night ended with one of them directing me to pull up one of like the cheerleader skirts, right? So I ran up and I quickly grabbed the end of her skirt, pulled it up, and was like, ah! And she got mad, and rightfully so. And her boyfriend stepped to me, and I was all of maybe 9 years old at the time. Her high school boyfriend got in my face. So then one of my older cousins ended up knocking him out. Because he was he's savage. He fights bouncers on a regular basis. He's probably still at this age, but yeah. Anyway, fun night had to come to it. That's why we can't have nice things.
What was wrong with that guy, though, who saw a 9-year-old was like, I'm going to fuck this kid up, honey. Stand over there.
Yeah.
I mean, in his defense, you were a dick, but...
I was being a dick. Yeah, maybe it was a 9. Maybe it was 11 or some shit like that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Whatever it was.
Okay, so what I'm gathering from this story is if I let you go on long enough, eventually you'll be like, all right, so maybe I was 33.
All
but
right,
seriously.
So maybe it was last year. It was last year. I was hanging out at a high school party. My cousin wasn't really there. It was the voice in my head that directed me to pull up the cheerleader.
Oh shit! All right, this is great. Well, welcome to Ready Player 2, live from the man cave. There you go.
Where shit gets awkward.
Yep, that's the kind of stories you get to hear from us. Oh fuck. Well, I got nothing. I got nothing to add to that.
Tell me about your soda.
So my soda today, as we've come to expect, is I try something a little bit different every single time. So I'm sticking with the Soda Stream because this is the kind of my go-to, easily refilled at a moment's notice. But this one is.
I hope you're gonna have. I hope it's gonna be part of the ass water line. You're gonna keep the tradition going.
Yes, it is kiwi pear ass water. So it is
nice.
It's pretty. It smells. Actually, so if you remember yesterday I had the mango ass water, and that one was way more under the I'm trying to think of how I want to describe it. It was the very back end of the taste was mango, but up front it was mostly it was carbonated water that you're the finish you got a little bit of a kick from the 0% ABV. I like that with the sad crying face. I like that too. So that one was really more of you could kind of convince yourself you tasted a little bit of mango on the back end, but it was mostly a lot more, you just kind of were getting a refreshing water with a little bit of mango.
That's what she said. There's a nasty that's what she said in there. Yeah. It tastes like a little bit of the mango on the back end.
Mango on the back end.
I ate some mango for you today, honey. Yeah.
It's got mango on the back end. On the back of the shirt. Live from the man cave. This one is right up front. You smell immediately the kiwi and the pear, almost immediately. It's incredible that the smell comes at you right away. And it tastes amazing. This is awesome. I might actually not switch off of mango. I might not switch off of kiwi pear ass water for the rest of my dry month. I might just drink this one. For all of you who are listening to this and they're like, wait, is he seriously describing to us his ass water?
You're really doing a full review of a fucking Soda Stream?
And the thing is, what you're not getting is that this is now the third episode I've done like this. So fuck it, I'm leaning into it, man. I'm all in at this point. Fuck you. If I got to do it,
I respect it.
If I got to do it, you got to listen to it. So yeah, that's what I'm having. Is my kiwi pear ass water. I'm gonna drink the shit out of this tonight, man.
Oh god.
I'm gonna get drunk.
All right. If you like the kind of shit you're hearing, and you didn't manage to, if somehow you listen to the show and you're still with us, and you've figured out that you have the same deranged mind as we do, and you want to keep chatting with us after this is over, or you're watching this video and you didn't get to catch it live, join our Discord server. Discord is we've got a server up where CraigMakk and I are constantly patrolling it and having conversations back and forth, being told by fans how much we suck and how much they're angry at us for wasting hours of their life with our stupidity. telling us to be more professional.
It's really all
this
they
stuff,
ever say. It's really hurtful, actually. I don't know why we keep the server up. It's really
the server is basically just we're sadomasochists, and we like being. When we're not flogging ourselves with leather straps, exactly. we let our fans do the honors verbally, tell us we're fat.
Yeah.
So
they haven't even seen us. They're like, "You're probably fat. I can tell by your voice." You're like, "Well, that's just mean." Jesus.
Oh,
I was so hard to lose weight.
I was that was a legitimate insult. I had killed somebody in Dead by Daylight or H1Z1. I forgot what game it was, and the motherfucker. I don't know why I was on a chat with this person, but you're probably fucking fat. They were like so angry. They were just like, or maybe they were typing it. I don't remember. I just remember the hurtful words. Just like, you're probably fucking fat.
Also, by the way, I just remember the hurtful words on the back of the t-shirt. Live for the Mac. All right, I'm down with it.
So anyway, couple more things, housekeeping, and then we're gonna get into playing the game. But
yes.
First, we do a regular podcast. It's called Live from the Man Cave, and I'll type that name out for you in a little bit. But we have a website, www.livemancave.com, and you can also catch that podcast on any major podcast app, including like iTunes or Podcast Addict or Stitcher, any of that stuff. We've been around for a while, so check that out. And lastly, you're jumping in at this point, or you're watching missions. So it's 17. Right?
Yep.
And this one is called Zlatko, Mission 17. And this story in the game, for you to really fully appreciate it, we recommend you go back and listen to the 16 prior missions or watch them. All right, you can skip over the talk stuff if you want. I realize that 16 missions of full episodes where we can talk and lengthen these things out like 2 hours and shit. Can be a lot to catch up on. So if you want to go back, just normally somewhere around the half-hour mark, we actually get into the gameplay. It's really pretty easy to find the gameplay. Right. And it's 5 to 10 minutes. So if you go to each mission, find the gameplay, and watch the 5 to 10 minutes of it, you'll see, get caught up. Don't be a psychopath and just start watching with this one. You're doing yourself an injustice because the story is really good. So follow along. And again, I'll post our YouTube channel because we store these on our YouTube channel in case you caught this on Twitch before we exported it out. And that's all I got to say. So Craig, fire at will and load up, and let's play Zlatko. I like this mission. I hope you will too.
All right, so we're jumping back into a Kara story.
Yes.
We've taken a little bit of a detour off of her, but just so I remember, this is not for, obviously you guys can go back and if you're like binging this show, you probably know better than I do even, but I'm going to scroll back real quick in the screen. So the last one, yes, was the big chase scene, which was the first time, and actually I think only time to this point, where we had multiple characters in one chapter so far, right? That
Correct.
Was the first and only one so far, yes. So now we've kind of diverged back. It ended with Kara getting away, and so we're now going to see what she did from there. So let's jump back in and see what is happening with Kara in Zlatko, which that name of this chapter just makes me feel like somebody just like had a stroke while typing into the keyboard and they just didn't go in and edit it, and so they're just like, fuck it, I guess we're just naming this one Zlatko because fucking Fred's dead though now. We really should pry him off the keyboard. Like, that's really fucked up that we shipped this game anyway.
To me, it sounds like a code word for Putin.
There you go.
Zlatko.
That's also very possible. Yeah. All right, let's see. Here we go. November 6th, 2038. Oh, here goes Kara and Alice. There's little Alice.
Yeah, so this is after they escape from Connor. They're still on the run. And they've been told about by some random android they met in the city about some place that's a sanctuary for androids on the other side of town.
All right, here we go. Looks fucking, all these sanctuaries are fucking garbage looking.
Yeah.
One of them's fucking a destroyed tanker. This one looks like fucking the house on the island of Dr. Moreau. Yeah, exactly. This is
House on the hill. Hill House.
Yep. Let's see. Let's do what I always do here. Do a quick whoop. Alright. Good. Cause I don't want to miss a thing. I have to scan everywhere now. This does not seem like a place you should just expect somebody to answer when you're ranked, but I'll try it again. Oh shit, I was wrong.
Are you Zlatko?
Who's asking?
I was told you could help us.
I don't know who told you that. You came to the wrong place. I'm sorry.
Wait.
That's a weird way to respond to that. It's like, are you CraigMakk? Who's asking? Me. I don't know why anyone told you that. You came to the wrong place. It's like, you already tipped your hand that you're CraigMakk by saying who's asking instead of saying no, sorry right away.
Yeah.
Nobody does that. All right. Your house is horrifying, Zlatko.
Come on in.
I'll be right back.
Shy.
Okay, come on in. Don't be shy after you almost kicked us out as soon as we got here. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Anything I need to see? Follow Zlatko. Zoop. Shut up, Zlatko. Don't rush me. I got to look around and see. Oh, okay. You just want me to look at the books. There's nothing more to see here. Oh, I'm not going down there. That looks horrifying. Oh, let's see what that's all about. There's a weird-ass ostrich. Hey, give me your hand, kid. Oh my god, I can't get it on my hand. Oh my, there you go. On my hand.
Luther, would you be so kind as to take these ladies' coats?
Fuck is the holy shit? Luther's big as shit.
Don't be afraid of our big friend here. Luther is just another android that I helped.
Damn,
He
Luther.
keeps me company in this big, empty old house.
Luther is big as hell.
Yeah. He's like Green Mile big.
Yeah, Jesus.
Make yourselves at home.
He came in, they were like, oh god! He's like, it's okay, don't be scared.
How did you hear about me?
We're scared
An
of
android.
Frankenstein, man.
On the street, he said you could help us.
Okay, let's see.
Frankenstein's monster, actually.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Let's see.
I'm looking at
He's
pictures of him, like of the actor who plays Luther.
Yeah.
His name is Evan Park. He doesn't look like his character in the movie. He's like much older
Really?
than what. Yeah, dude's got to be like almost 50.
Really?
Born 1968. Yeah.
You want to
Oh,
find
wow.
a safe place.
That's pretty weird.
No, he's 50. He's
Somewhere you
51.
can start a new life.
I'm having trouble
Canada
believing it's him,
is
but
very
he's
lovely
been.
this time of year.
He was in King Kong. He was in Planet of the
Beautiful
Apes.
landscapes.
He was in The Replacements. He was in
Open
Captain
spaces.
America: Winter Soldier
Clean
as a
air.
Shield agent.
And no android laws.
He was in Power,
Great
TV
place for a fresh
series.
start.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yes,
Wow,
that's,
he's really young looking here.
that's exactly what we want.
Of course.
It's Will Robertson, whoever that is.
Danger
I can
Will
help you.
Robinson.
But first, we have to get rid of your
I've been watching Power. I don't know if
All
you've ever seen
androids are fitted with a tracking device to
the
locate them at all
Wolf in the
times.
Get Down, the series on Netflix.
I'll remove yours, and then you'll both be safe.
He's in American Horror Story as an extra.
Come on.
Oh, he was in
Follow me.
Django Unchained as Baghead, whoever Baghead is.
He's been in a shitload.
The little one can wait for us in the living room.
Yeah.
No.
But it
she
doesn't
always
look
stays
like
with me.
him, so they I guess they just really liked his voice, and he's probably a big dude, based on these movies that he's starring in, like as an action
Right.
person.
Like this
So,
way? Everything we need is in the
so they
basement.
probably just took him and changed him up a little bit.
Right. Yeah, they may have just what's it called? Like de-aged him a little bit. I mean, like when you think about, remember in
It doesn't even look like him though. It doesn't look like his face.
oh, it doesn't even
different.
look like him. Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, because it reminds me of when you play. Oh, okay. It's a little creepy out there, but all right.
Uncharted,
No, not Uncharted. The other one that we talk about a lot with that had real people.
Last
in
of
it.
Us.
No. One more time. I'm gonna come to Until Dawn. Until Dawn had a bunch of people that were like in their like 30s and 40s that were playing like high school kids. going on this trip,
right.
you know?
Hayden Panettiere,
So-
but she looks
right.
young anyway.
But she
And
does.
so
but
does
like
the dude from.
like the dude from Shield is like 40. The guy who was played in like Agents of Shield, who was like the big goofy, like not goofy, but the big like football player guy. And then
Okay.
obviously Marcus was in that too. So like they you know, shaved off some age on there. It's still their faces, you
I
know,
don't like this
but they
place.
like made them
And
look
that
younger
man.
so that they could look
Let's
like
go. I have a bad feeling.
like
Wait,
high
where's
school
she
or
taking
college
them right
kids.
now? Sorry, in this game, where's she taking them to?
Let's see. He said he's
a
going to
bit
take
odd,
out
but
their
I think we can
tracker.
trust him.
And so
Oh,
he
okay.
said, but you got to come down here first. He said,
We
like,
don't have
oh,
much of a
we'll
choice
leave
anyway.
her, like, we'll leave the little one in the living room. And she was like, nah, bitch, she comes with me everywhere.
Please excuse the mess.
So he's taking us down
needed
here. He's
someone
Did you have a
to select
choice?
it for my
'Cause I don't
No.
remember. I don't remember.
No,
Removing trackers is illegal, so I
There was
opted
no
for
choice.
So you
discretion
couldn't
over
have
comfort.
left her up there if you wanted to.
no, she
I hope the little
immediately
one
said, she's
isn't
like,
too
she comes with
scared.
me
No.
everywhere I go.
No, she'll be all right.
Okay.
That's good.
Why did she not? Yeah, like he tried to say leave her, and then she immediately was like, no, she has to come with me. So, oh, I unlocked something by doing that. So yeah, so I kind
This
of
way,
forced her to
please.
come down. Oh no, can't I? I don't like that. I can't make her just stay holding my hand. Oh, this looks fucking badass, actually. What
If
the
you could
fuck?
just stand over there.
Damn, he's got some shit. Enter Zlatko's machine. I don't want to. It's scary. But I don't wanna.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I have to. Does not seem like I have a choice. So she was like, what tracker? I don't know what you're talking about. And he was just like, oh, every Android has a tracker in it. Like, but if you want to get to like the safe place, we
I
need
should
to remove
warn
the
you.
tracker, so you know. Oh, this is
This
gonna
could be
hurt.
quite unpleasant.
Oh, great. Oh yeah, you think so? Jesus. Oh, he did not come close to adequately preparing you for what the fuck they were about to do.
She fucking matrixed her.
Yeah.
It's like the thing in the back.
You know what's strange?
Hey, when you entered the room, didn't you notice that fucking boarded up well that you
For
passed?
some
Yeah.
unknown reason,
It's fucking
the
creepy as
trackers
shit.
just seem to stop working in Deviants. That's why it's so hard to find them.
Oh, he's a dick.
So, actually, there's no reason to remove your tracker.
What? But you said that.
Yeah, people believe what they want. You deviants
Oh,
are
he sucks.
so naive. They'll come to me expecting me to help them. And I just reset them, sell them on.
Oh, what an
Or I
asshole.
keep them for my little experiments.
No! No! I don't want to be reset! Let me go! Ah!
Oh, I forgot about the child. Lock it up. I'll deal with it later.
Alice! Alice, no!
Come on,
Wow.
jerk off.
A deviant that wants to be a mother. That's so sweet
Shut the fuck up, Luther.
and so deluded.
Kick him in the groin.
I
Kick
think
him right
it's
there.
time we put you out of your misery.
Kick him in the balls. Oh no. Oh fuck. Wait, what? They're actually doing the reset? Come on now. Come on now!
That's what you get for having a dream.
You suck,
It
Luther.
always ends up the same way. Tears and
You
disillusion.
suck, Luther. 6%, come on.
Believe me, you're better off being erased and feeling nothing. No more pain.
God damn it, Jess! God damn it!
No more.
Fucking you
Hope
should have told me this was
dashed.
gonna happen.
I almost envy you.
Kara!
Where is she? Where is she? Oh, there she is.
Oh, poor little Alice.
Memory crush.
Oh, looks like Mommy doesn't remember you at all, huh? Looks like Mommy's completely forgotten you.
Kara, what happened to you?
Only at 14%.
All right, that's enough. Come on.
Oh, nice. Oh, what a cow.
Bit me.
I...
I'm gonna teach you some manners, you little bitch.
Kara! Wake up, Kara!
I am trying. 20%. Oh,
Meet me
Jesus.
in the living room.
Are you gonna let me out? What the fuck? Oh, you're not helping at all. You suck. Luther? Okay. Find a way to escape. I'm trying.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
You're on a timer, by the way.
Yeah, I see that. Fuck this. Let's go. I don't know why this is helping, but it seems to be all I can do. Oh, fuck you! God damn it. Oh, 68%? What the fuck? There's nothing
What
else.
happened to what you just... Did you see that question that popped up?
It said cause a short circuit, but it wouldn't let me do anything. What? Oh, awesome. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, you didn't get it done in time.
Are you fucking serious?
I told you, real shit can happen if you don't get shit done in time.
Oh, that was so fucking annoying. They just started it at like 70%.
Yeah,
Wow.
you don't have very much time.
Yeah, not at all. You didn't get any fucking time. Oh well. Oh well. What the fuck? What a creepo. What the fuck is that thing? Oh, nice. Yay. I'm getting my memory back. Nope, maybe I'm not. Okay. Thought I was.
That's where the unlock came in.
Yeah, that was where when I had said that I'll help you. And I was like, don't worry, you'll be okay. Oh, okay, cool.
He erased her memory.
No. This can't be happening.
Oh, this is creepy as fuck.
You have to remember. For her sake.
What?
He likes to play with us. Creating monsters. For his amusement.
Oh.
But who's the real monster? Look what he did to us.
Ew. Ew.
He looks like fucking Jigsaw, the other dude.
You must remember who you are. Otherwise the little one will die.
Does she have like a furry face? I don't even understand what that one's face is. It's like a beard over her whole face. Oh, damn it. Oh. You're the most horrifying one of all. There's nothing else I can do with that guy.
This episode went sideways fast, right?
It did. Wow, that was a bummer.
Turned into Zed's dead, baby.
Yeah.
Zed's dead.
Is there anything over here? No. Alright. Keep going. Okay. Well, this turned out to be a bummer episode. What's that? What was that right there? Remember who you are, Kara. Remember who you are. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Oh, shit. Oh, my name is Kara. That's pretty cool. I just need to get enough things to remember that. see, I don't want to do that yet. Is there anything else? What's this over here?
Make yourselves at home.
Pretty intense right now.
Yeah.
Like not wanting to fuck this up.
Yep.
Cause I can feel that I'm about to fuck it up, but
Could have the long range.
oh man,
implications.
remain with your owner. That sucks. Wow, that's pretty cool. Damn it. These things are jogging my fucking memory. See, I was hoping like all those things I looked at before would be like she would remember having done it, and half of it's not having an impact at all. So
I wonder if that's like you had to have examined those things before you went down and then
Well, no,
looking at them
that's
again.
just in-
but that's what I did. That's what I'm saying. Like all the
Pick
things
it
I
up.
looked at before I went down, I'm trying to look at them again
Yes, Luther.
to see if I was hoping maybe it would jog her memory, but they're not. Because like all this stuff I did, this is the only one I didn't do. But like I looked out the window and I went to the door and I looked at that stupid emu thing or whatever the fuck, that ostrich shit.
Yeah.
So some of it is activating her and others are not, I guess. So maybe they're just trying to make you, you know, not know. Ew,
And
for dinner?
you want to find a safe place. Somewhere you can start a new life.
Come on, Kara. Wake the fuck up. My name is Kara. You're so close. So close. Alright. Wait. Fuck this. Wait. Can't talk to him? Yeah, I already tried. Didn't do it. Where the fuck is he?
I'm enjoying these love stouts, man.
Yeah, they're good.
Solid one. I still like the trick or treat better.
Yeah.
Like, decidedly better, but
I mean, but yeah, like you kind of always know you're probably gonna always enjoy an evil genius.
right
I mean,
over a.
Yeah, I don't think I've had too many evil geniuses. Though.
Just set it down on the table over there.
Since you like to cellar these yards, I wonder if you'll cellar any of these stouts and love stouts and see how they taste.
Yeah, well, I did that once. I just tried it because I had like a thing of the.
No, I tried it
yards
with
in
you, with the
Yeah.
ones, the regular yards, but I wonder how these would taste particularly.
Right.
I feel like the flavor could be really unlocked with some.
Right. Yeah,
Cellaring.
something heavier like that too is always, or not heavier, but like something darker like that would cellar nicely.
Just look at this
Get
fucking
rid of that
weirdo doing
cart.
shit to this.
Take it next door.
Cooking potato chips as his dinner.
Oh, yeah, I know. He's off. He just started talking nonsense.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, Luther.
That didn't activate her at all. Bill. She doesn't want him to know. Alright. Okay. Oh, I can't just hit him with a fucking wrench. It's probably like, why are you just walking around the table over and over, you fucking weirdo? Just take the goddamn thing like I said.
Luther! Luther! Yes, Zlatko. I should be done here in 10 minutes or so. I'll have a look at the little one, see what I can do with it. Understood, Zlatko. I'll bring you the little one in 10 minutes.
Oh, don't! You fucking assholes. I'm tired of these fucking timers. Who is the little girl? Not remember. Oh, that's fucking crazy. Is that like a goddamn... I'll open the shit out that key. Cool. Alright, I guess we're boys now. Alright, observe.
That thing could have killed you.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. My name is Kara! In your face!
Alice?
Yes!
Who actually wrote RA9 there? That's what I want to know.
I know. Alright, now she's all creepy because she's like, oh fuck. What the fuck are you, Connor? I mean, Alice, this is gonna be annoying. This is definitely gonna be annoying, I can already tell.
You're gonna get Alice killed.
Yeah, I definitely am. Because I don't fucking know where I'm going. Oh, I'm back in the same fucking room again. Go, Carl. What the fuck? I want faster.
What are you doing here?
Oh, you weirdo.
Has the master authorized you to be here? You must always obey the master.
That guy there. Luther was just standing there.
You should not be here. You have no business here.
Shut up, dude.
No, you have no business here. If you have no orders, you should go on standby. Oh, yes.
Oh.
I'm sorry
Just tell me what the fuck she is.
about the little one.
Damn, she just like tried to face him down pretty hard right there. What? Just look!
Just spend some time reading these articles.
Yeah.
Car might, I mean, Alice might die, but I want to know about tensions escalating in the Arctic.
Yeah, I wonder what that's all about. Oh, there you go. Hell yeah, I'll take that shit.
It's not loaded.
Fuck. Well, that was just a letdown. Oh, well, they're definitely dying.
Detroit residents were disturbed by a surprising chase through the
Oh
city
no, I
streets
don't
this
care.
morning. According
Don't watch that. Why can't you walk faster? Why can't you walk faster? Oh, this has to be it. There you go. She got in all weird. Yes!
Alice?
forget you.
You just did, but it's okay.
I'm so sorry. You were right. We never should have come.
Yeah, you think?
We have to go.
Listen to
Follow
the
me
woman,
into the house,
Kara.
okay?
Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. You have fucked up now.
Come with me if you want to live. Follow me. Don't make any noise. We're going to kill the fat man. Look at Daddy here before he knows what's going on.
Fix the little one. Right away, Zlatko.
Oh, there.
What? Just move. What are you... Why is she not moving? What the fuck is happening? Oh, this sucks. She won't do anything. He's right there. What are you doing? That was so weird.
Zlatko! What? The little one is gone.
Choose wisely.
Disappeared. Gotta be here somewhere. What are you waiting for? Go look.
How nervous are you right now?
Horrified. Don't talk like that.
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, shit.
Coming!
That's the worst. This is like Aliens. The Alien Isolation game.
Mm-hmm.
They're searching the house. We've got to get out before they find us.
Shit. Where are they? Luther! Find them, for fuck's sake!
Fuck. I don't know if they're coming in or not. How am I... Oh, that asshole. Fuck you.
Fucking android. I should have taken it apart the minute I set eyes on it. Devious. Nothing. Trouble.
Oh, he's loading the gun. Fuck.
Yeesh. The way that android is built, it's like literally just gonna fuck the body.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think he left the room. I don't know. I can't really tell.
Oh,
There's
shit.
no point in running. You can't escape from me.
Oh, nice. Fuck him.
Get a move on.
Jesus, fuck you.
Motherfucker showing you off.
Seek for you.
Yes! Oh,
They're over there.
face. Jesus. How many bullets is this fucking shotgun have?
He must have slugs in it.
Alice!
Alice, please get up. Please get the fuck up, Alice.
Go, Alice! No! I won't leave! Go! Run as fast as you can!
What? What are you doing? What is happening?
I warned you. Dreams always end in tears. You should have listened to me.
Dude, there you go. Get in the way.
What are you doing? Get out of my way.
Damn, you got them killed.
No. Not this time.
I said get out of my way or I'll shoot right through you.
Oh, shit.
Ah,
Oh, that was baller as fuck. Oh, shit. I opened the cage and let them out. They're all gonna tear them apart.
Who let you out? Get away from me. Get away from me. Obey me. I'm your master. I'm your master.
It's like the zombie moment. And then they just fucking slink away. Wow. Alright, Luther.
I didn't want to hurt you. He programmed me to obey him. When I saw the little one risk her life to save you, it was like
That guy
opening
wasn't
my
from
eyes
Oz,
for
is
the
he?
first time. Finally,
Who, out of BC? No.
Yeah.
No, I told you the
I know
actor's a
you
dude.
had no
You
reason to
Yeah.
trust me after
No, I know you
it
went
doesn't
through, but
even look like him.
yeah. No, I meant like the. I
I
wonder
knew
if
someone who could help you across the border.
Like if they used like a face actor
Yeah.
and then like different from the voice actor.
I could protect you.
Doesn't look like out of BC.
I kind of remember.
I guess maybe he's got a fatter face.
Yeah. I mean, it's also been like
All right.
10, 15 years since I saw the show or whatever, so I have a
Interesting.
vague memory. I like this Luther guy. He was like a Terminator.
I was so scared of losing you.
All right, CraigMakk. Made it through. Wow, look at that shit. Just keeps popping everywhere. Holy shit.
There's a lot to unpack in this one. Yeah.
Trophy unearned, escape the manor. All right, wow, that was a lot of. Look at that. That's a lot of shit was happening in that one.
So I want to say up front that this is one of my favorite episodes in the entire thing.
Yeah.
Just the way it went from 0 to 60 so fast, and I loved it. I loved, like, this was like supposed to be the next. This game keeps switching speeds up, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like at this point, it's like they just gotta like it's like out of the frying pan into the fire moments. And like this one, like they just got the tip. They got away from Connor and that amazing, exciting car scene.
Right.
Chase for yours. For me, they just got away. But like
Right.
you know, so they make it to the other side of town and they're like, "Hey, is this guy gonna help us, or what's the next
Well,
step
then
gonna be?"
also they fake you because you just got to Jericho with Marcus, so you're like, okay, so this is going to be another, another
Right.
another safe place that Karam gets to that maybe is tangentially related to Jericho, or you don't know. So you're almost lulled into this feeling of like, oh, cool, okay, now she's going to get. She's gonna maybe they're gonna
Right.
meet up in her own way, and then obviously no,
This is her Jericho.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it turns into like her fucking nightmare instead.
horror house. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I really liked. So for me, like the turning point for me was like when he got her down in that room and he put her into that machine, and you had to fucking figure your way out of it, which I failed to do. And by the way, your 61% is greater than my 56. I was really hoping you were gonna find your way out of it, because it's almost like they don't give you much of an opportunity. Like by the time you figure out that you got to figure shit out and how to figure shit out, the timer's already like mostly gone.
Right.
So you actually have to act really, really fucking fast. So I kind of wanted to see you beat that machine and
Did
not
you get to the
reset.
same thing I did, where it's like you started tearing the cords up at the top, and then
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's about where I failed, if I
Right,
remember
okay.
correctly. So yeah, so enter the house, meet Zlatko. And by the way, that moment too, I don't know if this jumped into your head, but we've talked about the trailer for this game that came out like 2 years in advance, and it was just how compelling and amazing it was, and what a chance for this actress who plays Kara to really showcase her skills and really show you, like, you know, in the trailer it was a version of Kara that had been created, and then they were like, oh well, she's not exactly according to our specifications, so go ahead and wipe her and destroy her. And she's like, I don't want to die, Valerie Curry. And her performance in that trailer, and guys can probably look that up if you're watching this Detroit Become Human, like,
I think it's just called Kara,
advanced Kara trailer. There you go.
Right.
The actress did such a good job.
It's before they'd even announced Detroit Become Human. That was actually a trailer they put together as a proof of concept for what they wanted to do, but they didn't even really know 100% what they were going to do, and that actually sold them on her being the, you know, like the main character that she becomes in this game, because that trailer is crazy how like eerily, you know, real that feels.
Yeah, what was that? Maybe 8 minutes total trailer.
Yeah.
And in that 8 minutes, she really managed to convince anybody that's watching that, like, hey, she's alive. Don't fight. Like, you actually kind of felt like you felt something for her, which to me really said leaps and bounds about Valerie Curry, the actress. So in this storyline, there's no real way to work that trailer in that wouldn't have been like superfluous, and I don't know, but this was the closest you get in this one. Actually, like it was like that Kara trailer redo.
Right.
And you got to see her like hook up to this machine. They're gonna wipe her memory. She's losing.
Yep.
You know. Yeah, I don't want to be reset. And you see, like, you know, the little girl she cares about, which adds another element to it. So that to me was one of my favorite scenes. Like this whole thing, the frantic, you know, like the quickly seeing your peaceful nap get attacked by a nightmare. It's just like overrun. It was awesome. I really enjoyed this one.
The tension was definitely like palpable. I mean, I assume to you and to anyone listening at home that it was pretty evident my degree of tension and nerves, that I was like, come on, what the fuck, like, because they did all of the things that they have. So, like, the things that they've piecemealed and the breadcrumbs they've laid out for you on the way things can kind of create tension, all the way back to that first, you know, the hostage sequence where if you wait too long, like, a cop gets shot and stuff like that. So they've kind of been they've been dropping these little hints to, like, hey, things can go wrong, or things can happen, you know, that you don't expect, or you know, things can happen if you don't react quickly enough. And you've kind of seen these things happen in fits and starts throughout the game to this point. And then this one, they just had that, like, it was like a truck drove in through the front of the, you know, the scene, and was like, yo, this shit's happening whether you decide to move it along or not. And so they brought everything all together at the same time, where, like, you had multiple timers, you had a chase sequence, you had you know, tension of those moments where, like, you knew you were walking to your doom, and you could slowly see, oh, I need to see enough things that can trigger her memory, but you're like, when's going to be the thing where maybe I waste too much time and eventually, you know, she can't, you know, it's like they did all these things all at once to create this overwhelming sense of dread that I think that was probably the most well done. Yeah, the most well done in terms of that, you know, knowing that you were walking towards, like, this was the Green Mile, right? You were walking the Green Mile towards her ultimate destruction, and you were like, I know I'm trying to get out of this, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to get out of it, but I just know I have to try to figure something out. And then obviously the end sequence of, like, okay, now all the things that were freaking me out in the beginning, when I was like, keep going into rooms and realizing I didn't know where I was, like, and I wasn't getting closer to her, actually ended up helping me, because then I was like, oh shit, I know these rooms are connected now because I went into them. So now I know I can go into this room, hide in here, then pop back out the other door and come back on the other side of him. So it's like the things that on the front end I was freaking out about, actually I was like, oh shit, now I actually remember this stuff, so I can go this way now. It was like, that part was super well done, and it allowed you to kind of the things that this game has done that has, you know, created tension in the past, actually worked to become a benefit, that you took a little bit extra time learning your escape route, you know, in advance while you were trying to scout out your way out of there. I thought that was pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah. And then obviously that chase at the end was incredibly tense, because as you saw in the last chase that I did in this game, where I was killing it and then I fucked up the last two, and then the guy got away.
Right.
You know, in this one I was like, God, please don't fuck up any of these. And they were all like, they all seemed like if I fucked up any one of them, she could have just gotten like shot, you know, with a shotgun. So
Right.
I was pretty horrified and like, please don't mess this up. And I actually nailed them all and got them out of there, which was cool. But you know, they did that very Terminator-esque, like every time, or you know, Jason, where every time you looked up, like Luther is just, he's 5 steps away from you and he's still stalking you, and you're like, you know, you feel like you're, you know, one wrong move away from getting either shot or beaten to death by Luther, which was cool too.
Right. Yeah, and I just the tension in this one was just right up there with the highway chase scene.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep, absolutely.
loved it.
All right, do you want to now go through some of these, or do you want to talk about some more stuff?
Yeah.
First?
Really quick, I did post in our chat right now Evan Park's IMDb page. You could click on that. I don't know if you can click on that or if you have the opportunity to, but you can see what he really looks like.
Nice.
I don't know. He looks anything like the dude in the video game. So he's the one actor in here that doesn't look like his guy.
Right.
Right.
Let's see, the Jamaican actor Evan Park. All right, let's see.
Yeah, let's look at this picture. That looks nothing like Luther.
No. Yeah, that's weird.
So they just liked his voice and his acting, but they were like, you don't have the right look for this dude that we're...
That's weird, because he's not like a bad-looking guy or anything where you'd be like, oh, you don't... And he actually is... Like, he's 6'3", so he's a big dude.
Yeah, but this Luther looks like he's 6'6" or whatever, you know, like.
True. Yeah, but I mean, they could have. It's not. But I mean, like they could have just. I mean, you know, in the video game, they could have tacked on a couple extra inches, no problem. But my point is, it's not like he's like 5'2", and you're like, okay, well, we really can't even do anything to make him look like we'd be changing everything about him. It's like this dude is already a big enough guy that I don't really even understand why they wouldn't have just put him in.
They must have credited his IMDb wrong because he's listed as Baghead for Django, but he was a slave in Django.
Is Baghead the name of a slave that we don't know?
No, Baghead is like those dudes that would show up with the bat, like they're supposed to be like Klansmen or whatever.
Oh. That must be wrong.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, I mean, I got more links for you if you want to see what he looked like, but he, I don't know, he doesn't look anything like his character in this.
Yeah, they have like side-to-side shots and images of him, you know, as himself, you know, like a picture of him next to his character, and you can see it's just like, I mean, he looks similar in that you're like, yeah, he's also a black guy, but like other than that, there's no other, like it doesn't look like him. I just don't understand what they tried to. I don't get it. It's weird. It seems weird because everyone else is.
I guess they tried to like de-age him or whatever.
Yeah, and maybe it just turned into. He just looked different.
Like some weird character, like because they like even like the real guy has like puffy cheeks, and this dude has like taut cheekbones.
Right.
And like every other actor, you can see Jesse Williams looks pretty much just like his character. Yeah. Minka Kelly looks just like North. Brian Descartes looks just like he's the only guy that they changed. I guess they just really liked his voice, but they didn't really like his face for the role. So.
Right.
He looks too nice, maybe, or not enough imposing. I don't know.
Anyway,
but
all right.
Yeah.
All
right. So running through the first, I guess, thing that you could have not done was Alice attracted by.
Yep. So reach Zlatko's house. Yeah. Enter the house. Meet Zlatko. Follow Zlatko to the basement. All right. So yeah, Alice attracted by the odd noises.
99% got that. I got it.
Climb into the machine. So attracted by the odd noises was the thing I needed to. One of the things you needed to do to be able to remember.
Yeah,
Alice.
go back
and
right.
Right. So climb into the machine. Kara is being reset. So it's actually surprisingly 54% of people were reset. So only 46% of people escaped that.
No, I mean it seemed tough, so I'm not surprised about that. I'm actually a little more surprised at 46.
That's what I'm saying. I thought it would have been way higher that Kara was. I was expecting it would be like Kara's reset for like 85% of people.
Yeah, right.
You know,
70. Something right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing I can perceive is maybe people playing it a second time who know what to expect, like look over immediately, kick the thing, pull it, like whatever. But you know, and that obviously is going to skew, I guess, the numbers if you play it for a second time.
Right.
But still, 54 seems like that seems
Mm-hmm.
lower than I would have expected for that. But
Yeah.
all right, so then there was obviously the option for whatever is above comes off of if you did not get freed. But I ended up going to
Reset.
the obey your new master, which is 54% of people had to, which is the 100%. Obviously, the people that were reset had to do that. So then 97% of people freed the monsters as well.
I did,
So,
yeah.
Yep, which of course you had to basically do, I guess, to have that like attack scene at the very end because they're the ones that came
Right.
in. So go see Luther, bring the tray to Zlatko.
Mm-hmm.
So then drop the android torso. So up there, I entered the storage room and the bathroom, 84%, 94%. Did you do both of those?
Let me see. I did.
Okay. And then did you free the bear?
I did not free the bear because, unlike you, I was afraid that if I opened that fucking cage, it was going to come at me.
So that actually worked to my advantage. I mean, I assume, other things could have happened, but the bear came out and at least gave me like some, room to run away. Although he took that bear down pretty fast. So
Bathtub snitch was over there like, hey, you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, that guy really was the biggest dork in the world. He was like, hey, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. Did the master say you're allowed to be here? You shouldn't be here. You should go outside now. You got to leave here. I'm like, shut up, dude. Jesus. Backseat android is loud. So 94% of people did that. All right, so then observe the monster's cell and recall the offering coat. I don't even remember what the fuck that means.
I didn't. I observed the monster cell. I didn't recall the offering coat.
I don't even remember what that means. That's weird. Like that's vague enough that I don't even know what they're referring to. That was
probably something that you looked at in the recall offering coat, like something that you looked at in the living room, probably.
Right. Maybe it was when she saw, like when she remembered what's his name going. No, because that was upstairs. Yeah. So I don't know. So this must have been. This was down.
And when he took his coat, recall offering coat. Oh, when he said like, "Hey, do you want my coat?" or something like that, or to kind of take your coat.
Yeah, yes, I do remember. Yeah, no, because I tried to open the front door, I think, and when I opened the front door, he said, "Let me take your." She remembered him saying, "Would you like to? I'll take. You want me to take your coat?" It's because I tried to open the front door, and she had like that flat. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so up there, then after Bathroid Android.
I didn't recall the offering the coat.
Okay. Because you probably, you didn't try to open that door.
I didn't go for the front door, right?
So what happens after the Bathroid Android is loud? Did you try to open did you go to the bathroom Android is loud?
No, I don't know what's it. No.
Okay.
I imagine it's probably trying to do something. Yeah.
All right. So let's see in here. So there's a bunch of things down there I did not do. Underneath recall offering coat. But I did do recall the discussion with Zlatko, the one, when he was like, hey, everyone remembers wanting to like be... Everyone wants to be saved. Like I remember that. Did you recall the discussion with Zlatko as well?
I didn't. I got the one underneath it, which was recall Todd's red ice pipe.
Oh, nice. Okay.
45% got that one. It's only 24% of you got that one. And the one that's over recall discussion with Zlatko, I didn't get either.
Okay. And then
I recall changing appearance just like you.
Yep,
I didn't get the middle one, but I did get recall RA9 symbols.
Well, and only 10% of people did
only
that.
10.
So that's,
that's weird.
And that seems like the most obvious. It was just written on the wall. Like you didn't have to really think about it.
Right. I kind of missed that.
Yeah. Then 64% of people read the Arctic Tensions and 29% of people read Android's Alter Brain. So obviously most people did not get to the second one because they were probably like, fuck this, because time was running out. So they just bailed.
That's what happened to me. I didn't get the second one.
Yeah.
I just read Arctic Tension. So if you want, I could access Arctic Tensions while you keep going through.
Okay. Cool.
And then we can see if that's worth a quick.
Because then there's one of those spontaneous unlocks after the Android's Alter Brain Arctic Tensions thing in that room, I guess, that I did not unlock. That led to it looks like it led to an ending. So maybe you could have jumped out the window there, or something like that up in that room. Because it looks like that would have ended the episode, whatever that. Maybe you found out that the window was open and you went out the window there, or something like that. So then there is another one that led to an ending that I did not do after Explore the House to Recover Your Memory. There's 1, 2, and then 3.
All right. So do you want to talk real quickly about Arctic tensions? Since
Yeah,
I got
tell
it
me
up.
about it. Yep, yeah, if you got
All
it
right.
up.
So the article is Arctic tensions escalate. American ships fired on, and it basically says a Russian aircraft carrier is reported to have fired on an American patrol boat in the Arctic, with the U.S. vessel returning fire. Neither ship was damaged. President Warren, who is the U.S. president, recently called Russia's activity in the Arctic a crime against the international community, referring to their mining of valuable minerals in the retreating ice shelf. She also branded Russian President Artem Ivanov as a dangerous individual. Many international relationships experts are saying an armed conflict is inevitable. So basically, Russia and the U.S. ready to fight over. I mean, they're claiming moral grounds, but it's really like there's resources out there, and I want them because I'm the superpower.
Right.
Type of deal is what's going on. I don't know if this reminds you of any current event or anything that we should call up. For me, nothing in particular, but this is a recurring theme, I think, in the world.
Right. Yeah. It just seems more of, a kind of a Cuban Missile Crisis type, like, showing each other, like facing each other down and not willing to back down.
Over like something like a resource like oil, something that's precious.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
Right.
So it gives them a little bit of a moral ground to say, well. And that's been an ongoing story in this. We've seen a bunch of stories that we've read about the battle against Russia, like up in the Antarctic and all that stuff. So,
right.
But trying to claim the Antarctic was one like way earlier on. I actually probably, after we go through all this, I think I'm going to try to go into my end and try to read that Android's Alter Brain, because that seems like it could be an interesting one.
Cool.
Based on the title. So I'll go find
I don't have anything behind that Arctic tensions or reading. It doesn't look like you unlocked whatever's to the right of those.
No, I did not. Yep. That looks like an ending. So that, like I said, that could have been an ending that, because it goes out and then stops. So, like I said, maybe that was one where there was like a window.
Or that
up
could,
there
I mean, that could have
out.
come from the middle part that branched up too, for all we know.
Right. Well, it looks like it's one of those spontaneous unlocks. So it's one of those things like. Like if you happen to have seen a thing,
gotcha.
Right,
Okay.
maybe if you found a window, you could have gone out it or something like that. But it seems like it just spontaneously comes off of there. And then there's also this other one that comes off of recall discussion with Zlatko. After you explore that house to recover your memory, there's this other branch that happens where I recalled enough memories, and 54% of people did that as well, which you did. I guess the other option is you don't recall enough memories, so it goes to an ending up there, which
bad things happen to Alex.
Yeah, I guess either both of you or at least you, but we got the recall enough memories. So again, little more than half only people like it. That felt like the kind of thing at that point in the game. It felt like a thing where, especially now seeing how many different memories you could find, that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I didn't even find. So it seems like there was enough memories that it felt like it was almost leading you towards the inevitability.
Yeah, like this should have been an easy one, right?
Yeah, but
I'm surprised that so many people fucked it up.
Yeah,
I guess because of the timer and the pressure,
yeah, you
and
start
people
stressing out.
Yep.
You forget to do the thing where you pull up the scanner to look for things that you can interact with. So you're running around trying to look at everything and realizing you can't find it. So
good point. Work smarter, not harder.
Yep. Memory recovered, so 54% of people got there.
Yep.
And then that's when we get to the search the house for Alice. So now I have. So check the empty shotgun, 45% of people, and check TV, 58% of people.
I did both of those, and I checked the fireplace embers, 70%. That was above check the TV.
Oh, nice. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if there was a way to find the shotgun book, because obviously he loaded it immediately. I wonder if they were like a different part of that room, or a different room or something like that.
It's possible.
Maybe
I'm sure in one of these scenarios you have the shotgun, maybe? I don't know.
Right. I wonder if... all right, so let's see. Alice found. So 98% of people find Alice. So that makes sense.
So even despite not recalling their memory, so if only 54% of memory recovered, that you could still find Alice even if you haven't recovered your memory at that point.
No, because I think because you would have gone. That's 54%. Because you would have gone up. If you didn't get enough memories, you would have gone up to the other ending, which never gets you back to finding Alice.
No, but maybe it's not a solid ending then, because I mean,
no, it is, because look, it goes up. So recall enough memories. I have it up on the screen right now. Recall enough memories is the lower channel. The one where you didn't recall enough memories is goes up and ends right there. So I think the 98% is the 98% of that 54% now. Because it's coming
No,
off.
that's not
Oh,
how
no, you're right. Because
this doesn't
no,
work
because it
that
comes from here. No, you know what it is? It's because it's 98%. Because it also could have come from if you don't get your memory reset. So there's the other. Remember, there's 54% of people. So the
right.
54% of people, if Kara is reset, got to the point where they reset. They found their memories and recalled their memory. So that's why recalled enough memories is only 54%. Because 54% of people were reset. So 100% of the people who were reset got there, so that makes sense why. So 100% of people who reset did actually recall their memories. So we were right that we were like, oh, it seemed like it was an inevitability. It basically was because 100% of people that got reset. So the other 46% of people who never got reset just shot all the way down right to searching the house for Alice and finding Alice. So that's why 98% of people. So basically,
it's like Detroit math.
Right. So 2% of people.
And on the back of the
2% of
t-shirt,
people never find her. Yeah. 2% of people actually never found her though, which is crazy.
Who are those fucking dum-dums?
Yeah, there's 5 rooms. I mean, come on. So anyway, but yeah, so there we go. So Luther goes to collect Alice.
Yeah.
And then
That's standard.
Yep, enter the main
room, standard.
So hide in
and
the
then
closet.
I hid under the table.
You did? Okay.
Well, me and 51% of people hid under the table.
Only 25% of people hid in the closet. See, that's funny to me because it would feel like going into a closet would be safer than just hiding out in the open under the table.
Nah, to me, you're trapped in the closet. Once they find it, you're fucked. If he looks under the table, you can run on the table.
Yeah, you could just hop out. Yeah, you're right. Good point. Didn't think of that. Enter the
Plus,
bedroom.
then he has to, like, people just have a natural inclination to not want to have to bend over and look under shit, especially if you're like a tall dude. I'm guessing like his knees fucking ache, all that shit. No, not really because he's an android, but people get lazy and they don't want to look under a table.
Right.
But they're totally cool with opening doors.
Right. True. Makes sense. So there were 2 closets and 1. So did you do the top closet or the bottom? Or I mean, was the top one the table or the bottom one?
The top one is the table. The bottom one is I actually did. Me and 18% of people set fire to the house.
Oh, wow. So that was the benefit because you had checked the embers, I guess, right?
Right.
So you knew that you could set that on fire. Wow, that's pretty cool. So I entered the bedroom. Did you just go to the next thing after set fire to the house?
No, I entered the bedroom as well.
Okay. So I wonder. Oh,
and
that
the
also
next
ends.
thing after set fire.
That ends
after set fire to.
Yeah.
On the set fire to the house, right to the right of it, it just says burning down the house.
Right. Yeah. So you did that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just says burning down the house.
So
it's just an ongoing thing while I continue to escape through.
Right. You escaped,
the
but you set the house on fire. That's pretty awesome. Okay. So that's like So yours was totally different than your ending. All right. So enter bedroom 66%. Then I hid in another closet, and then went through the corridor.
I just went through the corridor.
Okay.
So I entered the bedroom and then jumped right into the corridor. I didn't hide.
So you didn't see the whole thing where he came in and got the shotgun then?
No, I didn't see that.
So that was pretty cool because I got to hear him.
I got the fuck out of Dodge. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, he's fucking.
And then I heard it load up. You're like,
Yeah, you get to hear him be like, I should have gotten him right away. So then, did you get spotted?
Hold on. So hide in the closet. I don't remember getting spotted, but hold on. So I'm looking at. Wait, where were you? Hide in the closet and go through the corridor. So I went through the corridor, and then my next step. My branch from there, yours goes down and gets spotted. No, I didn't. Mine went all the way up and to the right, and then all the way back to Kara's reaches the stairs.
Okay, so did you skip all this stuff then too, obviously?
I skipped it, all of it. None of it is highlighted for me.
All right, so that was obviously that probably was if you went through the corridor and went into another bedroom and then went and hid in a closet and then went into another bedroom. You probably, if you like, went through each room.
I just went through the corridor and then it took me right to the next thing was
you went right down to the stairs, right? Yeah.
I didn't fucking hit any stairways.
So I think all these other little probably middle ones are like if you kept doing what I did the first time, which was
keep
go
jumping
to the room,
into every room and hiding.
Right. So I just went through the corridor and then I got spotted because remember he came out right away and saw me.
What fucking set the fire in my pants, no pun intended, was fucking like, the fire was going and the timer was running and I was just like, I don't know what that means with the timer. I'm not fucking around searching through the house and playing fuck
that
games.
Also makes that makes sense. Once you set it on fire, I would have probably just been like, fuck it, we got to get out of here. So that's pretty cool. So my guy got spotted and then I ran to then mine goes to chase started. So chase started is 75% of people after 75% of people got spotted. So 100% of the people chase, obviously. And then 43% of those people had the bear attack Zlatko and protect Kara. So that's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
that didn't happen with me. I never let it out of the cage.
So it could have, Chase started,
That is
could
cool,
have
though.
gone to two separate endings. Could have gone to two separate endings that we don't know what they are. But mine goes to the bear attacks Zlatko and protects Kara. Then I get to Kara reaches the stairs. So I got that extra little interstitial of the bear that you didn't see before I got to the stairs. And then Kara and Alice escaped to the yard. Did you go to the yard too, or you didn't go out the front? Oh, I guess you had to. It looks like everyone has to. So that's weird then, because they did give you the option. Do you want to go out the back or out the front?
Yeah, you probably when you try the front, it's probably locked.
Oh, and you get bumped out to the back anyway. Okay. Then Zlatko catches up, and then 95% of people have the monsters ambush Zlatko. So I assume.
Yeah, Dan. So it's probably the other fucking psychopaths that didn't free the monsters.
Right.
It's probably what 5% or whatever.
And then Luther joins Kara and Alice. 97% of people got there. So only 3% of people had one of those other weird endings, even though there's like multiples. But like you said, actually they're not all endings, because like you said, one was burning down the house, even though that didn't end it. That just was the end of that little, like that's the end of that, that part of the flow chart. But it's not an end to the, because the only ones that are actual endings are the big ones, the ones with the big locks, like those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the ones like yours where it was burning down the house is just a small regular size. It's like the regular size of the rest of them, so it's just the end of the flow chart. But still, so that was a pretty cool one. Wow, there's a lot of shit that happened in that one.
I really liked this episode a lot. It was just very thrilling. It had like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
My
that was awesome.
two favorites so far that we've gotten that have happened both belong to Kara.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That the chase sequences
the highway
add a lot
chase
to the game. Yeah, they add a lot because they're able to make it, it's very similar to like they can create the kind of cinematic tension while also creating the personal tension of knowing like if I fuck it up, they can die. And so that adds a lot to it. But it allows them to do more, kind of more like hyper action sequences, because they're able to kind of be like, all right, we're just going to kind of do some stuff. And then every once in a while, we're going to tell you, like, press triangle if you want to, like, throw the fucking, knife at the guy or whatever. So, like, you have to stay engaged, but they're able to do a lot more than they would do if they were, like, if I had to control that, right? Because obviously I wouldn't be able to control any of that stuff. So they're able to kind of split the difference and do more than they normally do, which is kind of cool. But, yeah, that was a well-done chapter. I enjoyed that.
At the time you're going through, you don't so much enjoy it.
No,
because like all of the things that you're talking, like I heard you like openly cursing, oh fucking timers and like this and that. But like in retrospect, you're like, if you didn't have that, it wouldn't have been as awesome.
Right.
It's like it's great going through. Like it's like it sucks a little bit going through it, but it's great when you look back at it in retrospect. And like for me, it was really enjoyable to watch you while I fucking sit here with my hands behind my head and then occasionally reaching down and drinking my beer.
Right. Yeah,
and listening to you fucking stress about it. Which is very,
I definitely was stressed.
Rewarding for me.
I was definitely stressed.
What makes these scenes with Kara even more compelling is it's not just like if you fuck up, she dies. Like if you fuck up, fuck it up for the little girl. Right. And that really just especially for both of us is having daughters and stuff. It's especially compelling.
Absolutely, yeah. So. There is a built-in incentive to make sure that you get out of that, out of that alive, and they create enough reasoning to make you believe that at any given point you may not get out of there alive, and so that makes it even all the more stressful. And like you said, I think during it I was getting stressed out. Like I was definitely feeling the tension and being like, "Come on, are you serious? Like you're gonna go from one timer right to another timer?" Like, but you're right. If they didn't do that, it would have.
It wouldn't have the urgency and the sense of chaos and fucking impending doom that it did.
Absolutely, and what it could have done too, because they still could have had an unknown timer, right? They could have, they could have said,
right.
There's a timer behind the curtain that you don't know about. But I think that would have been more frustrating if you were like, if you didn't know that it was tension, and then all of a sudden you were like, oh, I'm just creeping around trying to find my way out, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, we just killed the girl because you took too long. People probably would have been like, well, no, that's dumb, because like, yes, you're right. Like in the real world, there's not a timer for everything, but like it's dumb because I'm trying to enjoy the game, and then you just like pulled the rug out from underneath me. So instead, they were able to say, like, look, okay, so there's a timer. Get your shit done. You need to get out of there. So it was able to create the tension without, like, faking it. And so I thought it was probably the best way to do it. But, you know, as you're playing through it, you're like, fuck. And, like, the moment you go into the second wrong room and you see you only have, like, 6 minutes left, like, yes, at the time you don't realize there's only 2 more rooms. Like, you're going to get to her. It's fine. Like, relax, CraigMakk. You're going to be okay. But in your head, you're like 4 minutes already passed.
You don't really know what's ever going to happen in this game.
Yeah, I don't know where she might be downstairs.
Right.
She might be anywhere. So at that point, they've, like, created just enough shit to give you, to give you, like, agita without really making it be, like, impossible to get out of the situation, which is kind of the way a good game should be, right? Is create tension of loss without actually making it be frustrating to try to beat. So I thought that part was pretty cool and well done.
Do you want to end on the last article that you uncovered that I did not?
Yeah, let me see. The only thing I just got to figure out, the only thing is if I hit X, I think it's just going to go right to the next chapter. So I'm going to have to see how I can.
How do you normally do that when you finish the game? Are you just shutting the game off, or you?
Normally, I just quit out of the game because we end and I quit out. So
then maybe we just have that conversation offline, or bring it up on the next one.
Yeah, we could
bring it up at the start of the next one.
We could lead it in with the start of the next one. That's actually a good idea. We'll start the next one, read that article, and then jump right into the next chapter from there.
You got to remember what the name of it is.
Yeah,
before you shut this off completely.
Yep, it is the Android's Alter Brain.
All right. So the final question I'll ask you before we sign off. So it's a Friday night, and it's late, but it's a Friday night. You got another one in you, or are you done for the night?
I think no. Well, the only downside is because I have some early shit happening with with the kids and their.
I got you. Too many soda streams.
Yes, exactly. But the upside is tomorrow. Being a Saturday and having nothing going on Sunday, I will have a lot more time. I think we should be able to at least knock out 2 tomorrow. So if we get started at a decent enough time, we should be able to at least knock out 2 tomorrow and then get at least another one on Sunday. So we should be able to have a little bit of a marathon weekend, I think.
Sounds good.
All right, dude. This was a good one, man. Thank you. I'm glad we got it done. We got this one.
Thank you all for joining us.
Yep. Thank you very much for checking us out. Check out Live from the Man Cave, and where you can get all the stuff we talked about before, the podcast itself, more of the Ready Player 2, and go back and catch up on everything else that we're talking about on here. And also one thing that we do just want to toss out, we haven't mentioned this in a couple episodes, but on the Discord channel, on the Discord server, we have a channel called Barcode Gaming. And one thing we do want to throw out to anyone who listens to this, if you have other ideas of games maybe similar to this or other ones that you think would be an interesting idea, for us to be able to play after we beat this game, feel free to toss those ideas. That's a perfect idea to get into the Discord server and just start throwing out, hey, here's something else you guys could play after you finish Detroit Become Human, because this is going to be, the Ready Player 2 is going to be a regular, part of the Live from the Man Cave universe now. So we just want to
maybe even our future games, we might even be able to get some of you guys in there. Like, let's say, for instance, it was Red Dead Online for a while. We want to do a few of those, and we might be able to get a whole Man Cave posse up and do that.
It doesn't have to be something like this. It doesn't have to be a story game where one of us plays through it and the other one watches and then talks about it. It could be hey, we posse up and get a little Man Cave, live Man Cave posse there where we just get to go around and do some train heists or some shit. So that's another thing. Let us know if you're interested. If you guys think you'd be down for that. That's another thing to toss out on the Discord server, and we will send out a posse notes maybe and get something set up there too. So there's plenty of shit you guys can do if you guys are interested. So check it out. Thank you very much.
Just join our Discord server, because the conversation can just happen, and there's a lot of shit going on there. A lot of good people in there. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Join up.
Awesome, man. All right, dude. Thank you very much, Jess. This was a good one. I will definitely talk to you tomorrow. We'll get we'll get ready for chapter 18, ready to go, mission 18, and see what goes from there.
It's that one's called Russian Roulette, and it stars Connor.
Ah, yes, my boy Connor. Well, I'm very excited to be here.
Welcome.
Yes. He's like, howdy ho.
Would you like to play some Russian roulette?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love that guy. All right, man. I'm excited. Let's get some Connor on tomorrow. I will talk to you later. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming and checking us out, and we will catch up with you tomorrow. See you later, bud.
We out.
Peace.